I'm here with Mabilo. Just wanted to ask a few questions in terms of what do you think of the Arboretum and the value that it would bring to Zambia?
Thank you, Nick. I believe this is a good idea. Understanding that we are living in Lusaka and everybody's trying to build, they're forgetting the value of trees and the value of the ecosystem. So this is a very good idea to educate my children as well, to understand that we need this. And our future generation should have a feel of what a bush is. Like I grew up from the Copper Belt where we used to go around in the bush and see trees, but my children don't have that exposure. So I'll be bringing my children here.
You'll be bringing them here.
I believe this is a good idea.
Setting them loose to run around.
Yes, because I want them to have the experience I had when I was young.
Yeah.
Right, good evening and afternoon, good everybody, ladies and gentlemen. If we could have your attention, I would like to welcome you on behalf of Claire and Adam to Chifwema's the Arboretum here. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Nicko Wightman. He's going to explain a bit about the flora and fauna in Zambia and the Arboretum and the road to the future.
Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Nicko Wightman. I work as a botanist and botanical consultant here in Zambia. Known Adam and Claire for quite a while. And very honored to be up here to give a little bit of a talk. In Zambia, we have about a total of just under 7,000 species, plants, trees, herbs, shrubs, and lesser known plants as well. About 860 of these are woody species. I say woody species because the definition sometimes between tree, shrub, and other is always a little bit muddied in some cases. Unfortunately, there are fewer and fewer areas around Lusaka and many of our urban areas to kind of enjoy that idea of forest bathing, and being able to have something like the Arboretum offers us a very unique opportunity here in Lusaka to be able to come out and enjoy that and to see it through across the different seasons. So today I would like to celebrate the opening of Chifwema Arboretum and bask in the hard work of Alan, Claire, and their staff who have made all of this possible. The planning and mapping and building of the pathways and everything that we have now seen in our little walkabout has not come easily. It has taken time, it has taken a lot of effort. And I'd just like to thank Claire and congratulate both of them, Claire and Adam again, for the work that they've done. Thank you.
So our next speaker, this is going to be Adam. Adam's going to come up, if he gets up here, to introduce us to the Pocket Guide for Trees.
What we tried to do with this book is to compress a huge amount of information from around the region, East Africa, Southern Africa, Central Africa, Zambia, into something that you could carry around in your pocket. And it's not an easy thing to do, especially if you aren't a botanist, nor is my co-author, Claire. So there's been a huge learning curve involved in this process as well. But in some ways, from ignorance comes a certain perspective that helps. And hopefully, what we've tried to do here is pull out a cross-section of trees that represent Zambia's enormous wealth of tree species. There's something like 860 species of tree in Zambia. So thank you anyone who contributed photographs here. Without it, this book wouldn't have been possible. Without people's contributions in terms of ideas and so on, this wouldn't have been possible. Without Claire coming to me one day and saying, Adam, we'd just sign here, please. I said, what are we signing? Oh, we're just going to write a book about the trees of Zambia. Oh, good. So a bit like the Arboretum, without Claire, this wouldn't have happened at all. And in fact, we were going to have it the other way around. Thank you for all being here. Thank you for buying the book if you bought it. And if you haven't, why haven't you? And over to Chris. Yes.
One of yours, Adam. So a big round of applause, well done, Adam, and thank you for introducing us to your book. Very excited. I'd like to call on Rory to come up, please, I believe, and also do a quick précis and an introduction to the Pocket Guide for Birds in Zambia.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to do that, but very happy to make it short and brief. It comes from a few years ago, in fact pre-COVID. Three of us embarked on trying to do the apps of birds of Zambia. Derek, Solomon, myself and Frank Willems. And suffice to say, after we produced that, COVID came on the scene, and we, at the same time, we did not have a moment really to launch that. And it was after that I realized that we needed a short pocket guide book, and I was introduced to the publishers in Strake, and they were very keen to do the project. This little book is aimed at those guests that would arrive on an aircraft, perhaps that would come on a drive through Zambia, and it covers the whole of the common birds that you're likely to come across. Please, a special thank you to Adam and Claire for allowing us in on this wonderful occasion, and congratulations on the booklet. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Rory. A big round of applause to Rory and Rory. I think last of all, I'd like to call upon Claire, who's corralled us all very successfully, to round up and say thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Well, you're all really welcome. I'm thrilled to see so many people here, far and wide, Choma, everywhere. It's great. Thank you for coming. I'm doing the thank yous, and I've got lots of thank yous. I shall start at the beginning of the list, so it helps. I want to thank Katie Chapman, who's been staying with us for a month, but she's been working on these boards for several months before, and she's been absolutely invaluable. She's on all this display with Lexi Keeley, and I just want to thank them both so much for their enthusiasm and their fun and creativity, and it's been wonderful working with them. I also want to thank Adam Pizarro. He's not here, he left the day before yesterday, but he, in his own way, he worked very hard on the websites, QR codes, taken lots of photographs, God knows what they're of. But anyway, he then joined Charlie Fleming on hard labour. We have a builder who has a hotline to God, and people ring him and ask him to say prayers for them. And they work, usually they work. He solves problems and they pay him, thank you. Anyway, on Monday, the builder was just looking at this building site thinking, I think he went and prayed. And I think God answered his prayers, and Chris Tatham pitched up with Jake. They came down here and he took over this build. And thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Charlie. And thank you, and Adam, who's back in Gibraltar. They were all up on the roof. Katie was up on the roof painting the rafters. Anyway, it was a huge experience. It was wonderful. On sort of more, that's getting this thing together for today, and I think it's been a great day, and I think it's great it's happened. The journey has been a wonderful journey, and it really started with Quentin. Thank you, Quentin. Quentin was involved with the choice of books to go in, a choice of trees to go in the book. I don't know whether we made the right choices, but anyway. his wonderful murals on the wall, which he did in the hot blazing sun with Matthews, and his inspiration that we all see if we follow him on Facebook and the Tree Club of Zambia on Facebook. Thank you for your inspiration, Quinton. Nick, also, thank you. Nicko Wightman, I mean, they were here the other day filming me for some YouTube. Thank you very much. Again, it's lovely having people that you can share one's passion with. Thank you to all our friends. I'm not sure about how much thank you they really deserve, but whenever we go on safari and want to stop the car to take a photograph, they all sigh and say, "Oh God, death by trees." So you know who you all are. We love you very much, and thank you very much for being so patient. Thank you to the Elephant Charge, who have given us, will be giving us as soon as we get money in, 100,000 kwacha to pay for the signs. And we're really very, very, very grateful to them. Thank you also to Jono and Laurie Stacey. Are they here? I don't think they're here yet. They're nearly here. Oh. Anyway, you tell them. They gave a very generous donation. It was Jono's birthday. I think he got married on the same day and had a baby about a week later or something. And instead of giving him presents, people gave him money to plant trees, and he's donated that to us, and it's fantastic. Thank you, Jono. Thank you also to the Botanical Gardens, Conservation International. There's a guy called Paul Smith who has quite a lot to do with Zambia, Quinton and Nick and people. He's now in charge of that, but they've given us a small grant towards the tree tagging, which I hope, have they gone up? Because they were printed yesterday. Thank you also to actually Signs of the Times. I'm not sure that Vellum is here, but please, if you know him, tell him he was thanked. He managed to get these things out in very short time, and they're of superb quality. And the last one, thank you to our staff. Our staff are very forbearing and patient. Thank you. Well, that's it, really. Now you can all have a drink. Let's meet.
Right, there we are. Thank you very much to Claire, and a big round of applause, I think. What an amazing person. Ladies and gentlemen, it remains just to encourage you to visit the two tables there, both Trees for Zambia and Birds for Zambia, and get your copies, please. And we will just enjoy the evening as it settles down. Thank you very much.
So we're here now with Quinton Allen, another tree fundi and one who's been instrumental in helping get the Arboretum up and going. Well, identifying plants. Yes, well, the fundis never want to at least acknowledge their fundiness, is it, effectively?
Fundiness?
Well, you gotta make noise. Yeah.
I use that in Scrabble.
Well, this is Zambia, so we got Zambian English going on sometimes too, isn't it? I will make sure it ends in the dictionary for you. But in terms of the space here, how have you noticed it over the years kind of changing?
I've only really been here this year because always I'd go to Trees for Zambia. This was the first year I was in here. So I haven't actually noticed it changing.
Okay, but then in turn, as you've done some of your walks, as you've helped with identification, what can you kind of say about the state of the diversity that you have been seeing?
It's good. It's nice.
There's nothing more than that?
No, there's a few trees, quite a good few trees which are missing, but I'm sure you're helping them with them.
Will come in time
exactly.
And stuff like that.
Exactly.
And like I was saying beforehand, as something gets cleared, nothing returns back to the original state.
Exactly.
It has to kind of eventually evolve into it and stuff like that. What are your hopes then, what the Arboretum can do for education, for conservation, and just for the people of Lusaka?
No, education is the most important, and especially for the youth, and then for the older people, it's just getting the feeling of being in a forest, and it might help with other forests around Zambia and make them realise how important trees are. And I guess that's the most important thing here, really, isn't it? I mean, just to teach people how important these wonderful things are.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you very much, Quentin. Thank you for all your work, and
Thank you for all your work.
the mural at the front gate is amazing. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's also Matthew's Mandandi.
Yes, definitely. You and Matthew did a fantastic job, so lovely to see. Thank you very much.
Cheers.